सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। गुकारस्त्वन्धकारो वै ऋकारस्तन्निवर्तकः अन्धकारनिरोधित्वात् गुरुरित्यभिधीयते। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। Ramayana is called the Adi Kavya. Adi Kavya means the first poetry ever written. And so Valmiki becomes the Adi Kavi. And this original Valmiki Ramayana has 24,000 verses. And while it is understood to be the original, the source Ramayana, over the centuries, there have been different versions of Ramayana. There have been different Kavis who gave us Ramayana, and bringing different focus in perspective. You have Tulsidas in North, it's all about Tulsi Ramayana. Like this, there have been a number of Ramayanas. Today, Thailand, Indonesia, Bangkok, all these countries have a whole different Ramayana culture by itself. India's temples, India's music, India's dance, all these cultural components of this great land, minus Ramayana, there'll be nothing to depict. Minus Lord Rama and minus Shri Krishna, Bharat is not Bharat, my dear. It would be like any other secular country. What makes our music, our dance, our arts, fine arts, performing arts, architecture, sculpture, everything that we have is all connected to this age-old epic. And so, it is important that we understand this Dharma Purusha with his own blessings, with his blessings. Yesterday, I introduced a story to you, but I didn't complete it because I felt I want you to think about it. a story where when Sri Rama, this is not going to be a session to tell you stories. You know the story. Let us understand them. An episode where Sri Rama is he's been given the boons. The 2 boons have been declared not by Lord Rama, not by Dasharatha, by Kaikeyi herself. She declares the 2 boons that Sri Rama must go to the forest for 14 years and Bharata, her own son, would become the king, should be crowned. And Sri Rama, without hesitation, excuse me, he accepts and says, yes, if that's what my father wants, yes, that's what he wants. The only hurt Sri Rama has is, why didn't father tell me himself? Was he doubtful that I might not listen? And so in Valmiki, that's the only little hurt that you see in Sri Rama. And yes, if that's what father wants, Pitru Vakya Paripalanam is my dharma. It's wonderful. Pitru Vakya Paripalanam. And so with that courage, without questioning the why, he proceeds for the forest. Unlike Lakshmana's reaction, you can see how dharma in human beings, each one, Lakshmana is not adharmic. Lakshmana, Rama, Bharata, Shatrughna, all of them were dharmic. They come under the dharma category. Of course, Ravana and all these Rakshasas came in the adharma category. So Lakshmana is very dharmic. But do you know Lakshmana's arguments? How when dharma argues, dharma will argue when it is not settled calmly in itself. Lakshmana argues with Sri Rama, how can you accept this? In fact, any parent who says something like that, they are not your father and mother, they are your enemies. आप शत्रुओं को पहचान नहीं पा रहे हो? Hey brata, oh brother, oh elder, do you not recognize the enemies? This Dasharatha and Kaikeyi, they are our enemies. If you are a true Kshatriya, if Kshatriya blood is in you, you should be able to recognize enemies even in multiple lives. They are not our parents. They are enemies of dharma. And therefore just nod your head, my bow and arrow is ready. I will finish them in an instant. They have no right to live. This is called dharma. Is he wrong? Right क्या है, wrong क्या है, बोलो. We are educators. What is right, what is wrong? He has caught on that these are enemies from previous lives. And therefore they have no right to live. But my maryada is, my boundary is that my brother must give consent. That's why I don't shoot the arrow. And so he asks his elder brother for consent, which doesn't come, unfortunately for Lakshmana. And he is fuming. He is angry at these so-called parents. He is dharmic. Sri Rama is also dharmic. Sri Rama's decision is very different from Lakshmana's decision. Both are dharma. Who's right? If you say both are right, then I'll ask you who is more right. Who is more right and why is he more right? That is how dharma mimamsa is done. And Sri Rama says, no. Our duty is to obey. So in Sri Rama's life, obedience to the elder was the era of that society, that culture. Later on, there is another child called Prahlada who just doesn't listen to his father. He is the opposite. He is also an icon. He is also an archetype. Prahlada को सुना, हिरण्यकशिपु को सुना प्रहलादा ने? नहीं. He went totally against his father. Father said, worship me, and he is worshipping Mahavishnu. So how can these two of them are giving opposite messages? Is it really opposite message? Is it opposite? Think. In dharma studies, we need to draw from the episodes. हमको समझना चाहिए how you extract the moral of a story. In study of the mythological literature across the world, in world civilization, the story is a story, but how you draw from it, what you draw from it, is the academics of it, you know. तो हम इस कहानियों का तत्व क्या है? हर एक कहानी का तत्व हमको समझना है. In fact, when you look at values are very peculiar. It grows with time and age. I don't know how to express this in Hindi, लेकिन English में we say a value can be pre-conventional, or it can be conventional, or it can be post-conventional. These things you will never learn from anywhere, in any book, in any value education. Anywhere in India. I have looked at so many books on this. No. We have missed the whole point because we have not touched the culture of the land. We have totally missed the boat. A pre-conventional value, you can have a value. हम भय से भी वैल्यू रख सकते हैं. माँ के भय से हम भोजन थाली खाली कर देंगे. माँ के भय से. Fear can be a drive to do things correctly. Or out of fear of hell, so that I don't go to hell, I speak the truth. Because it will take me to heaven. I don't want to go to hell. I'm afraid of hell. Because ये जो hell है ना, नरक, बहुत खतरनाक है. Especially the mythology that talks about hell, oh my God, it's horrible. This big tawa there, you know, with boiling hot oil, and उसमें तुमको पपड़ की तरह fry करेंगे and घुमाएंगे. You don't want to experience hell. And therefore, out of fear of hell, I will do the right things. So I do the right thing, but it's driven by fear. I do the right things, but it's driven by insecurity. If I don't share my chocolate with my sibling, then my father will not tell me story tonight. I will lose my father's love. My mother will not keep me on her lap. And it is so wonderful to be held by her. And therefore, I will share. So sharing is not done for the sake of sharing, but it is driven by insecurity. It's driven by fear. We do a lot of right things in life, not because we love to do the right, because we are afraid of the consequence of the wrong. Right? Right or wrong? That means our understanding or our assimilation of dharma is only that much. Utna hi hai. This is called, religion puts fears in us. So many religions are there that say, if you don't come to me, after your death you will be nowhere. I am your savior. Don't they say that? These are all fear-based, and I follow. The husband puts fears in the wife, and she becomes a very, very pativrata. Not out of strength of dharma, but out of fear, insecurity, being left alone. Children, adults, who do right things, driven by these what you call, this kind of a thinking, they are given to pre-conventional way of living life. Unke liye, for them, dharma is not a strength, understand. Dharma is a saving grace to just function in the world. There are many, many millions of human beings who do the right things for the wrong reasons. This is called pre-conventional dharma. There is conventional dharma. Conventional dharma is about an exchange. Hey, I need to live. You also need to live. You don't stand on my toe, I will not stand on your toe. Utni baat hai. Pakistan ke saath, this is our boundary, this is your boundary, you don't come here, we won't come there. Right? Line of control. So it is mutual. It is mutual. Conventional dharma. If you cross, if you violate, then there is punishment. The civil laws come, criminal laws come into the picture. So the society, our law and order, our systems about rewards and punishments are for what? So that we can find conventional dharma where we all can survive, no? You be fair to me, I am fair to you. If you're not fair to me, I won't be fair to you. That's what's going on in the current war. It's become a big ego game because this is conventional dharma. You think when Duryodhana gave that kingdom to Karna, was he a Dani? Was he a great philanthropist? Was he a Raja of great charity? But it was dharmic act, no? Karna, poor thing, had nothing. But he gave him a kingdom for which Karna was so grateful. Because Karna was a Sutaputra. He could not even fight with Arjuna, compete to see who excels. He wasn't allowed to because he was a Sutaputra, charioteer's son. You needed to be a prince to fight a prince. But why did Duryodhana have empathy on this situation. He didn't have any empathy. He was making a good investment. Once Karna ko I make him a Raja, I have bought his loyalty for life. He won't be Namak Haram. He will give me his life. It's an investment. And so a charity done for an investment. What kind of dharma is that? जैसे हमारे रोटरीज होते हैं ना, रोटरी क्लब्स, ये एक बार हमको हुआ, हमको बढ़िया इनविटेशन दे गए कि भाई अमाजी विल गिव यू ए डोनेशन फॉर दिस वर्क दैट यू आर डूइंग. So I happily went, get a nice check from the Rotary. And they acknowledged me and then they gave the check. वो check हाथ में आया. By the time I look at it, another man comes to take the check away, I thought, it's okay. ठीक है, ये सब ठीक है, कुछ गलत नहीं है, nothing wrong here. I'll hold on to this. I don't want to lose this. Then he says, no, Ammaji, it's on the stage, no, Ammaji, the photographer was not here. The photographer has just walked in. So this check has to be made sure it comes in the papers, This charity is not purely for me and my work. There is some stake, they are also stakeholders in it. I'm not talking about right and wrong here, I'm just talking about understanding intentions. And therefore this kind of dharma is called conventional dharma, where both sides have a stake. I do good to you, you do good to me, we are both happy. It's a win-win situation. It's called conventional dharma, which 99% of our human society lives by. All our law and order is all connected. And if you violate these laws, then there will be punishment, appropriate punishment. If you align, there could be rewards also. Do you know, there is another level of dharma called post-conventional dharma. There is a dharma called post-conventional. ये जो post-conventional है ना, this doesn't come in our human frame. It is a dharma which is not this or that. It doesn't come in the framework of moral opposites. Hey, then what dharma is this post-conventional? This dharma is a dharma that transcends dharma and adharma. It is a dharma, it is a behavior, it is a thinking, it is a conviction, it is an understanding, it is a knowledge in this universe through which you embrace both dharma and adharma. You give both of them a place because you transcend both. Sri Rama's life story is a story to show how a human being can live a human life in the physical realm on this planet by following post-conventional dharma. To live post-conventional dharma, you have to accept the moral opposites. You have to be bigger than the moral opposites. You need to discover in your soul a magnanimity which will express itself as love, unconditional love, which will express itself as forgiveness, which will express itself as karuna, compassion. post-conventional dharma is a dharma which is an expression of the soul, of the Atma, of Divyata in you. श्री राम जी का जो धर्म है ना, वो प्री कन्वेंशनल और कन्वेंशनल लेवल पे नहीं रुकता. It is a culture that showed us that a post-conventional dharma can be lived. It can be lived. How to live that dharma? Work on 2 qualities in your life. Bas, that's all. As a human being, we have the capacity to develop ourselves to work with 2 qualities. One is called kshama, acceptance or forgiveness, accommodation, kshama. The other is called tyaga. Tyaga. Letting go, giving up. A life of non-resistance. Life of non-resistance. These 2 qualities, kshama and tyaga, is the epitome of Sri Rama's life. You take these 2 qualities and now you look at Ramayana. आप कोई भी episode मुझे बताओ, पूछो. Ask me about any episode in Valmiki. The master key is with you when you understand post-conventional dharma. We blame Shri Rama, इन्होंने ये किया, वो किया, ये नहीं किया, सीता देवी को अग्नि में भेजा, and so on, so forth. We have a lot of complaints against him, lot of criticism. There are people, there are communities that worship Ravana, you know. They won't worship Rama. He was nothing, they say. I'll give you an example. This same episode we talked about yesterday. So he tells Sumantra, Yahi, Yahi, let's move, let's run. And Dasharatha, who is so attached to his son, tries to stop him and says, Ruko, Tishtha, don't go. He wants to see him. And Sri Rama, whole Ayodhya has gathered. All are in grief, all are weeping. The whole kingdom is absolutely distraught, in pain. And Sri Rama doesn't want to be there for a moment longer, and he says, let's go. Sumantra looks at him. Who should I listen to? Listen to me. Listen to me, because I know you are worried that when you come back, you may lose your life for not listening to the king. But tell the king, you said something I never heard. Jhoot. Lie. Yes, you say this to him. And Sumantra doesn't understand. How can Sri Rama tell me to speak a lie? And he tells, a lie is not a lie if you are not the beneficiary. ये झूठ नहीं होता जब आप अपने स्वार्थ के लिए नहीं कर रहे हो. This lie is a necessity of this moment, because the longer every minute we stay here in Ayodhya, the whole kingdom is going to go in great depression. Nobody will listen to the Raja. It will be a chaos. No one else will be able to rule here. I should not be here a moment longer. This lie is the truth of the moment, is the right thing to do. Release them from me. Just get out of here now. You don't drag people's sorrow. You move away from the scene so they can return to normalcy. That's why this lie is not a lie. Take these episodes because they are precious. They're precious for us to understand when we speak right and wrong and sach or jhoot. Who is the beneficiary? Is it going to help me? Is it going to help the other? When a doctor tells his cancer patient who has already had 2 heart attacks and his 1 kidney has been removed and now he has to declare that you also have cancer, and he says, no, theek ho jayega. You will be all right. Hey, you cannot tell a lie to your patient. If I tell the truth, the guy will die this moment. He's so fragile. I know my patient. That lie becomes the truth of the moment. And so you begin to see through Ramayana nuances of right and wrong. You begin to see there is no such thing as absolute right and absolute wrong. Ye absolute right or absolute wrong karoge to you become very stiff in life and very judgmental of the world, because nobody will match your stiffness. Dharma is not absolute. Puja Swamiji used to beautifully say, dharma is relative. It's relative. You have to look at a situation and arrive at. We have a war in Mahabharata, in Chitrakuta, not Mahabharata, in Ramayana, in Chitrakuta, when Bharata goes to meet Lord Rama, I don't know how many of you have read that section, Bharat Milap. When they both meet, and Bharata has come with the whole retinue. In fact, when he is coming to Chitrakuta, and there is a big, the whole Ayodhya is following him. The rishis and the rajarshis and the mothers and the coronation ceremonial items and the drums and so on, and a lot of Ayodhya Vasis, they all follow Bharata into Chitrakuta. They find out where he is, so they all have come now. And when they are coming, Lakshmana, Sri Rama tells him, what is that? There is some dust, big dark cloud there in the air far away. Climb this tree and see what it is. And Lakshmana climbs the tree. What does he see? यहाँ पे भी हमको चैन से नहीं छोड़ रहे. Even in the forest, he has not left us alone. Bharata. He tells immediately Sri Rama and Sita Devi, just go quickly into the hut. I single-handedly, I'll finish this entire army. What does he think he's doing? Now I have a real chance to really knock them all out. Just consent. Just say, yes, you don't do anything, brother. I am here. I am good enough for Bharata. He is dharmic, but his dharma always has gussa. Lakshmana's dharma, when he speaks dharma, steam comes out of his ears. His dharma is never calm. His dharma is not pleasant. His dharma is not quiet. His dharma is rajasic. It always wants some action plan. He is not wrong, okay? He is also right. Oh, he is not Ravana. He is right. But how right is his right? That's why Sri Rama doesn't let him pick up his bow and arrow. He says, oh, it's Bharata. Come down. Chup chap, get down the tree. Shant ho jao. Our brother is coming to see us. Let's welcome him. And seeing his brother's response, Dharma's response, Lakshmana is now embarrassed, Ye kya kiya maine? So, very quick to conclude, when you're righteous, When you're righteous, when you're following right things and you're righteous, you become very quick to conclude about other people. Because we don't trust. Sri Rama trusts. His dharma, remember, is post-conventional. He has transcended these opposites. And so he is always ready to embrace. That quality is what we are working towards. When we teach children, we may not be able to say all this. We have to go with what age group you're working with, but you don't have to say, do you feel it? Is this a thinking in you? अगर आप में ये बात उतरे, आपके हृदय में उतरे, that's enough. The way you will present the stories will do its job. Children don't need articulation, they just need to see sincerity. They need to see that you know what you're talking about. That's all. That's why this education is for adults. Otherwise we would directly sit with kids and talk to them. This is for us, you know. And then Bharata comes and falls at his feet. He sees his great brother whom he revered so much, sitting in that bark clothes with jata and so on. He is a prince about to become a king of a great kingdom. What form is this? He collapses. He cannot handle it. Sita Devi cannot handle to see her in the same way. And he is ready to take his brother back. And there becomes dharma ka yudh. Not dharma with adharma, but dharma with dharma. Haan. Bharata says, ho gaya, both ho gaya, enough. You are coronated as the king. Come back to Ayodhya. The king is passed on. We have lost our father. For Sri Rama is big shock. And that night he doesn't want to hear anymore. They are grieving as a family at the death of Dasharatha. And next day Bharata begins, let's go back. You are the one to go back. I go into the forest. And Bharata says, no. I never asked for this. If I asked for it, it is one thing, but I never asked for this. This was my mother. And I have rejected her as mother. She is no more my mother. I have no reason to listen to her. This kingdom belongs to you. Come back. It rightfully belongs to you. Jeshthe site Raja Lakshmihi Kaniyamsam Gantum na arhati. When the older brother is there, it is not proper for the Raja Lakshmi, for the throne to go to the younger brother. It is not seen anywhere in the Shastra, and therefore it is against the law, and I will not take this kingdom. He has quoted law. Who is going to win this fight? Sri Rama says, yes, you have quoted the law, but I quote my own father. It was a clear intention of the father that you get the kingdom. What right do we have to exchange? He says, even if the moon were to lose its light, even if the samudra were to cross its maryada, the ocean always lives in its boundaries. You want to know what is boundary? Somebody asked me once, Amaji, can we discuss human boundaries? What is human boundary? Just look at the ocean. Such a powerful, what a Shakti it is. Millions of tons of gallons of water, and the depth and the vastness. One wave now it can wipe out a township. But we human beings are so bold. We make beach houses, It's nothing. For the ocean, it's nothing to take away lives. But the ocean will never cross its boundary. Ah. Nature never crosses her boundaries until we start crossing our boundaries with nature. And then nature says, now you get one whack. A big tsunami comes up. Raising her hood, she shows who she is. So Sri Rama says, even if the samudra, the ocean, were to cross its boundaries, which it would never do, but me, Sri Rama, will never violate. A word given is a word honored. This was the Vamsha, this was the lineage. And he tells Bharata, this was a word given not only by me to my father. My father had given a word to Kaikeyi's father, that if you give your daughter in marriage to me, her son would be the Raja. This was the word given by father. I don't want my father to be falsified. Our father cannot go false in his promise. This belongs to you. And Bharata says, hey, I am a donkey. I don't know right and wrong. I don't deserve. You be a good son. I'm telling you, our father will go to hell for sending you into the forest. And you are a good son. Good sons don't allow their parents to go to hell. Therefore, listen to me. And he comes up with his own arguments. Sri Rama comes with his own arguments. If you study Valmiki, you will be turning 25 pages in Bharata, Sri Rama's Dharma Mimamsa. And finally, Bharata sits down desperate because Sri Rama keeps saying his reasoning. Bharata says, you know what? Let me be your proxy. You go to Ayodhya, I will go to the forest for 14 years. Proxy, you know. आप मेरा जगह ले लो, हम आपका जगह ले लेंगे. And Sri Rama says, you can be a proxy to somebody who is incapable. I am very capable of going to the forest. And you are capable of the kingdom. And therefore there is no reason for proxy. This is not a reason why I can listen to you. Get up, Bharata. Bharata gets very upset. He sits down, hut, zid, stubborn. I will fast here. I will not move from here. I will not go back. I won't let you go. And he looks around and says, why are you all standing quietly here? I brought you all the way, paisa kharcha karke, Ayodhya se. I brought you all the way to Chitrakuta. Not one person is supporting him. Say something. All of you say something to him. And the rishis, the sages, Ayodhya Vasis are just stunned. A dharma ka mimamsa, this dialogue that takes place between the two brothers, they have no words. They say, we have no words. We recognize how important it is for Sri Rama to do this, so that his father's words are honored. And who are we to violate that and prevent him from respecting and honoring his father's words given to Kaikeyi's father? We cannot do that. And Bharata loses his support system. The rishis who have come, they say, Bharata, ut jao, get up. This won't work. Sri Rama's dharma is a winning dharma here. You know why? Because it includes not only him, it includes the society, it includes the Pitruloka, it includes a decision that will bless the world, that will bless the elders. Bharata's decision is to free himself from his guilt, to free himself from something he didn't do which was dumped on him. That dharma is not magnanimous enough, it's not inclusive enough. And therefore, even though he is dharmic, he is not as dharmic as Sri Rama's dharmic moves. And so the rishis help him get up. But Bharata is insistent. I will not take this throne. If you won't come, at least you will give me your padukas. These padukas will rule. You are the ruler, you will rule. I will take instructions from the padukas. I will be a sevak. And Sri Rama gives him his padukas. And you know, he keeps it on his head and takes blessings, goes around him. Those padukas become the inspiration. They were the guide for ruling Ayodhya for 14 years for Bharata. He never felt he ruled the kingdom. He remained in Nandigram with the same bark clothes and eating fruits and leaves, just as his brother in the forest. That was the bond between dharma, tyaga. But do you know something? When Bharata is leaving Chitrakuta, as he moves away, Sri Rama stops him and tells him, one more thing, Bharata, take care of your mother, Kaikeyi. Don't leave her alone. Be kind to her. What is that? That is called Sri Rama's post-conventional dharma. ये धर्म जो है वो जब तक अंदर चुभेगा नहीं, until it doesn't pierce the deepest core of your soul. For us to touch who we essentially are, what is it that touches you? Not Bharata, not Lakshmana, but Sri Rama's moves, you know. Why? Because it is coming from deep, deep, unconditional compassion and love, which is what every human being is capable of. We need to consciously evolve into that. Spiritual evolution is about evolving into that being where you blossom like a divine being, a saintly soul, you know. And Sri Rama teaches how grahasti में रहकर सब दुख दर्द उठाकर कैसे हम we can continue to be beautiful souls. And do you know one more thing in Ramayana? The tyaga in Sri Rama. Not only Sri Rama, look at Sita Devi. She is a personification of tyaga. Growing up in Mithila to a great king, a great family of noble heritage. She was also a princess, but she chose to walk this path in the forest with her husband. ऐसे नहीं कि हम comfortable मैं पैलेस में रह जाऊंगी, आपके लिए प्रार्थना करती रहूंगी. She didn't say. No, she walks the path that he walks. That's the stride in which ये जो Tyaga comes where you have Sahana Shakti. Bharat was known for Sahana Shakti, you know. Tyag, why do we say Tyag? Koi bhi rishta, any relationship, even Grahasthi mein, your relationships are successful only where there is Tyaga. Conflict comes jab Tyag nahi hoga. Hai ki nahi? People ask for mantras all the time, you know, to us. I started giving one English mantra now. Because ये मंत्रों में पता नहीं क्या होता भी है कुछ या नहीं, I don't know. ये English mantra best है. They like it. They ask me, Ammaji, one mantra, daily life, what can I do? And I say, okay. You know what you do? Whenever there is a conflict at home, you ask yourself one question. Do I want to be right or do I want peace? क्या चाहिए आपको? हैं? Do I want to be right? Of course I want to be right. I'm always right, only he doesn't understand that I am right. I know I am right. But he thinks he is right. And mother-in-law thinks she is right. Sister-in-law, she is never wrong. So, क्या है ये? I know I am right. So what do you want? You want peace or you want to be right? Pucho, ask yourself. The day I can answer that with maturity, I have crossed the fight to be right. Yeah. That means what? Tyaga has come into me. Tyaga buddhi has come into me. Every human heart wants Tyaga. We just don't understand how Tyaga appears in life. We don't understand, we don't define it, you know, so we keep on aggrandizing. त्याग में ही जो आनंद है वो ये पोजेशंस में नहीं है. पोजेशंस में क्लटर है, बाहर क्लटर, अंदर भी क्लटर है, और कुछ नहीं. एंड सो त्यागा एंड क्षमा, श्री राम जी में जो त्याग था, सीता देवी's त्यागा. In fact, when Chitrakuta, they come to see her, she is famished, she's looking so simple and plain, but she is so happy. She is very happy. Valmiki says she was so happy. In fact, she was looking forward to going to the forest. Because when Sita Devi was growing up, someone had come and had given this prophecy that there will be a time in her life where she will be in the forest. And since then, she always wondered as a princess, how would forest life be? How would it be to live with the natural world? And so she was very happy. And you see that the 13 years of Vanvas, Sita's life was, even though Asuras, Rakshasas, all this was going on, she was in bliss until the last episode. But, having said that, when he comes back, when Sri Rama and the family all return at the end in Ramayana, all these mothers are there, you know, all are waiting to receive. Coronation is to happen. In fact, in Nandigram itself, they first reach there because Bharata is waiting there. In fact, Sri Rama sends Hanumanji first. Hanumanji, you go and see. Just see what is the ground reality with Bharata. Ho sakta hai, it's possible. 14 years having ruled the kingdom, he may want to continue. And if he does, I want my younger brother to have it. I want that message. You go ahead. And Hanumanji goes ahead. And what does he see? Last day has come. Sri Rama has not come. Bharata has started preparing the pyre because he had declared, if the 14 years are over and you do not come, you will not see me alive. And he has begun to put his pyre together for self-immolation. And Hanumanji goes and sees this. The message reaches Sri Rama. They all land in Nandigrama, and the great milap happens, and now they are going back to Ayodhya in a procession. All are waiting to receive him. Great festivity in Ayodhya. The mothers are waiting, and Sri Rama gets down the chariot, goes, does prostration to Mother Kausalya, another prostration to Ma Sumitra. And when he comes to Kaikeyi to prostrate, she steps back. She steps back. She says, no, don't touch my feet. Here you see. Bharat mein, somebody tries to touch your feet and you say, don't touch my feet. It's an offense. It's an insult. Sri Rama says, you're not going to bless me, mother? And she says, I am the papi. I am the one who has caused all this. To 14 years of prayaschitta, atonement that I did to wait for this day to remain alive and wait just to see you coronated on that throne. I don't want to take another papa by a dharmatma, a soul, a pure soul like you touching my feet. I have no capacity to bless. I am a curse. I cannot handle another 14 years of prayaschitta. Please don't touch my feet, is Kaikeyi's request. What do you think is Sri Rama's answer? His answer to Kaikeyi is, how can you say this, mother? Kausalya, Sumitra raised me in the royal palace. I grew up as a prince. I didn't know anything about life. It is your blessing that taught me what is real life. It was your blessing that blessed the Rishi Munis in the forest. Had you not sent me for those 14 years, I could not have wiped away the country from Asura Shaktis. All those demons were eliminated. The whole Ravana clan was eliminated thanks to your blessing. The world has become a better place. All this happened because you blessed, mother. You please continue to bless. You have to bless me. It is your blessings that we achieved what we did. This is post-conventional dharma. You understand? What is post-conventional dharma? And so, episode after episode in Ramayana. Episodes after episodes. You see in Sita Devi, so much tyaga. Because tyaga is life. Every relationship never gels together in ahankar. किसी एक को तो त्यागना ही होगा. The one who concedes, who yields first, is always a winner in the spiritual game. You are a success story if you yield. In fact, couples should ask each other, देखो मैं पहले हाँ बोला, even though I meant no, आपके लिए I did this. Very good. But खाली register में लिखो मत, मैंने 4 बार हाँ बोला, आपने एक ही बार हाँ बोला. ये हिसाब ऐसे नहीं होता है. Be willing to yield, be willing to concede. Because why? नुकसान कुछ नहीं है, इसमें मेरा उद्धार है. The more I give up, the more I let go, the more I evolve. The more I become strong. The less I'm operating from my ahankar, the more I'm operating from my karuna, from my deeper, higher self. And therefore, dharma education is about, I may not have gone through a mimamsa of dharma. I don't need to. But when I do the stories with children, when you highlight Shri Rama in this manner, देखो उन्होंने कैसे किया ये, देखो ये क्या था, you touch the child's heart, you touch the child's heart. There is no doubt about that. Like I said, no child wants to be a Ravana. No child wants to be a Kaikeyi. Because we all know ourselves in goodness. We are always looking to own up our good side, is it not? But ये अंदर का राक्षस आके खड़ा हो जाता है. We have our own inner devils that we have to contend with. And how do you contend with your inner devils? Not by suppressing them, not by pushing them away, not by denying them. हमारी जो कमजोरियां हैं, हम उनका कैसे सामना कर सकते हैं? नहीं है ही नहीं हम में कमजोरी. कमजोरी तो आप लोगों में, हम में कहाँ है? ऐसे काम नहीं होता, ऐसे काम नहीं चलता. पराविद्या इज अबाउट वॉकिंग विद दैट मिरर. हमारा आदर्श जो है ना, ये पर्स का मिरर नहीं है, ये हमारे कर्मों का मिरर है. हाउ आई मेक माई डिसीशंस, how much I see my own failings, my own limitations, my own, I call it the inner devils in me, my shadow self. How am I going to cross that? How am I going to evolve? हम उसको कैसे पार कर पाएंगे? क्षमा and त्यागा. श्री राम जी का पोस्ट कन्वेंशनल धर्म है क्षमा और त्यागा. And ये अवतार मूर्ति, if I can keep this in my heart when I teach Ramayana, when I share Ramayana stories, you will see the stories now. उसमें character study है, उसमें कई चीज़ें हैं किताबों में. I will display them. Please go through. I'll open them up. You look at it. Every book has syllabus plan. What's up? Everything is done to the T, very, very methodically thought out. Scholars and teachers have done this. Sadhaks have done. Gurus have done. It's not an ordinary work. माँ गंगा का प्रेरणा से हुआ है ये. So the content is complete, but the spirit I want you to imbibe today. Okay? I will close here and I will open up for small questions on Ramayana now, because we have other students who have to move, and I will close this session, but we'll continue for 10 more minutes. Om Sarva Mangala Mangalye Shive Sarvartha Sadhake Sharanye Trembake Gauri Narayani Namostute. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Okay. Any questions? कुछ प्रश्न है? अब तक जो हमने कवर किया, पुराणों की प्रक्रिया अलग है, वो हम आपको अगले सेशन में करेंगे, और महाभारत की प्रक्रिया अलग है. हाँ, वो भी आपको, that master key I'll give you before I go. But so far, whatever we have done, do you have anything you want to ask? पूछिए, डरिए नहीं। पूछिए। इधर आइए, सब सुने ना।